Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Sitako Realtors, and in the building we've got.
Felicia, ESV Felicia, Pau.
Okay, Mrs. Felicia.
Yes.
Okay, we just have some few questions to ask you, and we'd like you to really enlighten the audience on some questions which could be a probing issues to them. And one is, would like to know who a recalcitrant tenant is.
Well, a recalcitrant tenant is, let me use the word stubborn tenant. An uncooperative tenant, a very stubborn tenant, a tenant that will not just do what is right. Even when they know what is right, they will not just do it. They know the law is this, they won't just abide by the law. So a tenant that makes your work difficult as a realtor or as a property manager, because they will not just cooperate with you, they won't just do what they should do as tenants. So the best word to use to describe a recalcitrant tenant is a very, very stubborn tenant.
Okay, thank you very much. So at the same time, we could say one who is defaulting, right?
A perpetual defaulter.
All right. So when is the right time to issue a quick notice to a defaulting tenant?
Well, the right time to issue quick notice to a defaulting tenant is ideally you notify them 6 months to the expiration of their tenancy. And you notify them that they will not be renewing their tenancy will not be renewed. That's 6 months notice to quit.
Okay.
Then after that, you also give them an additional 3 months reminder or 3 months notice to quit. Reminder on the initial notice that you've given.
All right, ma'am. So in addition to this, which are the requisite notices to be issued to a non-compliant or recalcitrant tenant?
Yes, that will largely depend on the kind of tenancy. I know on this part of the country, or in this part of the world, what we readily have is the annual, yearly tenants. But we have some places that tenancy is weekly. Some places the tenancy is like 3 month, quarterly. Others they do half yearly. Then we are used to annual tenancy. So when a defaulting tenant is like a weekly tenant, all you need to give that tenant is just 7 days notice. Then if it's a quarterly tenant, you can give that tenant 3 weeks notice. Then if it's a half yearly tenant, yes, you can give that half yearly tenant 6 months notice to quit. So also a yearly tenant, 6 months notice to quit. So it depends on the kind of tenancy that subsists in the property in question.
All right, thank you so much. And then, lastly, on our list, what happens if after the notices have been given, the tenant still remains on the same property? What do you do?
At that time, what a recalcitrant tenant is actually entitled to is 7 days notice to quit. So first off, you issue a 7 days notice to quit. Sometimes, if the landlord may even want to say, okay, skip that. I have the right to recover my possession. So if you want to go through the due processes, you can just issue 7 days notice to quit. At the expiration of that 7 days notice to quit, you issue another 7 days, but this time is 7 days notice of owner to recover vacant possession, which he's entitled to in line with the law. But other times too, you can just go straight to the point and then issue 7 days notice of owner to recover vacant possession. And after that, if the tenant is still in occupation, you can then further to going through the court processes to recover possession, and that way you need of course you need the services of a legal practitioner. You furnish to help do that, register all the notices you've given and then file for eviction. That is something you really don't have to do yourself. The it has to be with, in partnership with a legal practitioner. In a nutshell, all we've said so far is that a recalcitrant tenant is an uncooperative tenant, perpetually stubborn tenant that will not just do what's right. And you, as a realtor or as a property manager, you don't have to continue to put up with those kind of tenants because they make your job very difficult. So it's your right, it's the right of the landlord to say, okay, I no longer want you in your property, but you can't just come and say to them, leave my house, I don't want you here. There's a process to follow. And that process is what we call notices. So we notify them appropriately and adequately. And then the appropriate notice to give to a defaulting tenant. They can default in so many ways. They can default because when a tenant comes into your premises, one of the things we do in the process of documentation is having a tenancy agreement. And then when a tenant is constantly defaulting on their own part of the agreement, you have the right to quit them. But you can, before in the process of that quitting them is to notify them. So they are entitled to have 6 months notice to let them know their rent will not be renewed and followed up by another 3 months. After that, and they remain in possession. After you've done all that and they are still there, they refuse to move. You can just issue a 7 days notice to quit, or you issue 7 days notice of owner's intention to recover vacant possession. So this is just one of the many problems that you find in the course of property management. So in due course, we're going to be talking about other things that borders on the part of the landlord and the part of the tenant, because landlords, they have their issues and tenants, they have their issues. So as time goes on, we address some of these issues one after the other.
All right, thank you so much. This was really educating. And for those who are listening to this, just in case you didn't grab any of what was said now, make sure you play over and over and over until you get it. So just comment, ask questions, send a DM, whichever is comfortable for you. And we got you all covered. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.